Rob, I changed my mind. Brian Fisher here. Program is Focal Point, 888-589-8840. Rob, let's grab clip number 4 to start this segment off. Remember, Hillary Clinton is the odds-on favorite for 2016. Now, she's got some real health problems that her team apparently has tried to brush under the rug. Daily Caller under the rug. Daily Caller did a feature piece about the numerous health problems that she has. A lot of speculation out there that her health simply may be too bad for her to run for president in 2016. But we don't know. That's sort of background stuff that's floating in the air. But obviously her resume is ridiculously thin. I mean, really, if you think about it, she's got no resume whatsoever. I mean, no accomplishments, no achievements that she can point to. So a reporter for Media Research Center went to the DNC. This is the Democratic National Committee, some kind of big convention of all their leadership. And so the reporter for MRC asks, these are hardcore Democrats now. These are Hillary Clinton supporters. And he asks them about Hillary Clinton's accomplishments as Secretary of State. And here's how a portion of that went.
In her tenure as Secretary of State, what would you point to as her biggest accomplishment? What do you think her greatest accomplishment as Secretary of State was?
Oh my goodness.
Let's say it was Hillary's greatest accomplishment as Secretary of State.
I just think the way that she represented America.
So, it's funny to look at those people, just these absolutely blank stares, stunned looks on their face. What is her accomplishment as Secretary of State? And, I mean, that's going to be their candidate in 2016. Now, let's grab clip 16, Rob, if we can. And again, Harry Reid out there saying, hey, you've heard these horror stories. They're all lies. Everybody's making them up. They're totally fabricated. Well, let's listen to an absolute bald-faced lie about Obamacare. Clip 16.
We are hearing about a new problem that involves the Affordable Care Act. People who signed up for coverage are finding it impossible to cancel their plans. Channel 9's Lori Brown spoke with an Orlando man who's been trying unsuccessfully to cancel for more than 6 weeks now.
Andrew Robinson was looking forward to getting health insurance through the Affordable Care Act. He has a small publishing business and works part-time, so he hasn't had coverage. In early January, he signed up for a plan that cost nearly $300 a month. About a half hour later, he and his wife realized they could barely afford that. They quickly found a less expensive plan through Humana for $116 a month.
I immediately called back to Florida Blue and asked them to cancel the policy I just set up.
But he quickly learned canceling Obamacare is no easy task. He says Florida Blue told him if he signed up for the other policy, his Florida Blue policy would cancel automatically.
And they took the premium 2 days later and almost wiped out our account.
More than 6 weeks later, after spending 50 to 60 hours on the phone, his policy is still not canceled, and he is still waiting for the payment Florida Blue withdrew from his account to be refunded.
Roaches check in, but they don't check out.
Guy trying for 6 weeks to cancel the plan. So now I assume he's getting double deductions out of his account. All right, let's go to clip 4. And here we're running into a leukemia patient talking about the wonders of her experience under Obamacare.
When we told the doctors that we were going to be sticking with Horizon through the Obamacare, they said, great. You know, we participate with Horizon, so we said home run.
Only once the bills started coming in, turns out their gold plan was not the gold standard. Horizon Blue Cross only participated with the Rosamelia's doctors on the less expensive, higher copay silver plan, something Lynn found out while Fred was nearly unconscious post-transplant.
I overheard nurses saying to each other that they couldn't touch Fred until we spoke to the billing people. And that put me in tears.
But that gave you 60 days where Fred's doctors were not covered.
Right, correct.
But as Harry Reid would say,
there's plenty of horror stories being told. All of them are untrue.
Now, Julie Boonstra, we featured her. This is clip 6. Julie Boonstra, she's another cancer victim. She had her insurance canceled under Obama, and she did an ad in which she criticized her representative in her district for voting for Obamacare. He struck back by accusing her of lying, by attacking her credibility. Here is a cancer victim, And the Democrats are attacking her in order to protect Obamacare. So she's not taking that lying down. She's come out with another ad. Let's listen.
My name is Julie Boonstra, and I have leukemia. Being diagnosed with the cancer, that was the scariest thing I have ever faced. Because of Obamacare, I am now stuck with a plan that doesn't work for me. My choice was taken away from me. All I want is to be listened to. There are thousands of people out there who are hurting because of Obamacare. When I heard that Congressman Peters was going after my credibility, it was devastating. I just want Congressman Peters to help me, to listen to me. Instead, he's trying to silence me. Cancer is hard enough. I just want to be happy with my plan. And I want it for everybody else out there that's being hurt by this. I'm trying to speak out for you, and I'm trying to get Washington to listen to us.
But as Harry Reid would say,
there's plenty of horror stories being told. All of them are untrue.
All of them are bald-faced lies. Now, the Democrats, let's grab clip number 7, Rob. 2 more clips, and then we'll go to the phones, 888-589-8840. The Democrats have been accusing the Republicans of waging a war on women for years. Here's Alan Grayson, congressman from Florida, on the campaign trail, going after the Republicans on this meme. Let's listen.
But I will tell you that the war on women is being waged by one party in this country against all of the women in this country, and that party is the Republican Party. It's time that somebody called them out.
So, the war on women being waged by the Republicans. And then he's in a debate with his opponent in the 2012 election cycle, and he accuses him, his Republican opponent, of waging a literal war on women. Let's listen, clip 8.
If you're going to ask anybody who's still beating your wife that kind of question, ask him.
Oh my God. Obviously, that's never happened. You know, she's here right now, and it's another, I'm sure, very painful, hurtful thing you're saying. You have no regard for human beings.
So no regard for human beings, falsely accusing his opponent in front of his wife of beating her. And, of course, it's not true. The wife was right there to confirm it. So a completely malicious and slanderous accusation. Well, now it turns out that Alan Grayson himself has been arrested. He's now had a restraining order issued against him because he physically assaulted his wife. They're going through a painful divorce, which is never any fun. But he's been accused. His wife had to call 911 because Alan Grayson shoved her up against a wall. She had to knee him in the stomach to protect herself. And she has accused him of not only physical abuse against her, but against their children. So he's had a restraining order issued against him. So there's your real, literal, physical war on women being engaged in by a Democrat who wants to accuse the Republicans of the war on women. And by the way, the media completely skipped it. ABC and CBS skipped the claim that Alan Grayson had committed domestic abuse, didn't even touch it. If you imagine that was a Republican in the same situation. Today show was the only show that even acknowledged it, and all they said is he's denying these allegations. CBS this morning, ABC's Good Morning America ignored the accusations completely, and the evening newscast did also as well. And the media outlets that did acknowledge the story did not identify his party affiliation. Orlando Sentinel buried his Democrat Party affiliation tail end of the article, and the Daily Beast did the same thing. Daily Beast omitted all references to party affiliation whatsoever. Let's grab a phone call before we're done. Let's go to Patty, Mobile, Alabama. Patty, welcome. Patty, welcome. What's on your mind?
Hey, Brian, I appreciate your radio station, and I love AFR. I do want to comment what Peter said about the weasel in office. I consider him not my president. However, he is true. He does not love America. I don't believe he is an American. I've said it before. And he doesn't believe in the country. He could care less. And that's what I've got to say. But I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, Patty. Thank you very much. I appreciate your call. And I know there's a lot of people out there that share your feelings about on all of those issues. Let's go to Michael in Tyler, Texas. last call of the day. Michael in Tyler, Texas. Michael, welcome. What's on your mind?
Hey, Mr. Fisher, I just had a few quick comments about President Obama.
Yes, sir.
What I was thinking is the things that him and his party has done that seems so ridiculous. It's hard to believe that a man that's got to his position in life would really be that inept or inadequate. And one of the best things the devil has ever done is convince people that he's not real so that there's no perceived threat. And I'm not a conspiracy person or anything, but I was just wondering what you might think about the fact that he's in the perfect position to further the cause of the Muslim Brotherhood and overthrow this country, because a country as great as America, the most effective way to overthrow it or tear it down would be from the inside out. So he lets people think he's a bumbling president or making some of these outrageous policies and different things. They're kind of just going to look at him as inept and unavailable to his job. But in reality, he's doing the perfect job as an insider, so to speak, for Muslims and even Satan himself.
All right, Michael, listen, I appreciate the call. And I think what we have in President Obama, I'm trying to be careful how I put this, but I want to be very direct about this. I believe we have a president that is both malevolent and inept. In other words, it's both of those working. There's a terrible synergy when somebody is inept. He is clueless about so much of life, clueless about political realities, but he also has what I believe are malevolent designs against this country, wants to cut us down to size, wants to punish us. In his view, we have been an evil, colonial, racist power, evil from the inception, and his job to cut us down to size. Well, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to bow low before God, stand tall before man, stand in the gap, and never forget, as the homeschooling victory, the defeat of the Department of Justice nominee, the Texas primary, we are fighting a winnable war. See you tomorrow.